Congratulations, class. You have now made it to the third lecture. So it's level 2, part A. This means you have successfully answered the questions your team has and individually you have, which allowed you to pass from level 1 to level 2. Okay. We should have reviewed an ad brought by Team 2 already. Team 3 should be submitting an ad. And we're doing all these Tabascos, et cetera, et cetera. Now, by the way, I want to remind you that I mentioned this in my welcome note, but I haven't mentioned it since. This is pretty much the first time I've done a course online. I did do one class last spring in my database class just because there were so many snow days. I thought this would be a way for the students to make up a lecture and let me get some practice doing an online course because I knew I had to do this one this fall. Anyway, these things are fairly complicated with lots of interlocking pieces and dates and due dates and projects and calendars and everything else. And my type of personality, we're not going to do personality tests in this class. I usually do them in my database class. But my type, I'm an expressive, okay, and that means that I'm more interested in the general concept than in every little detail. Although I can be very detail-oriented if I have to manage a project, and I have had to manage many projects. But it's not a natural inclination for me. I get a little bored with fussing around with, changing this and then remembering to change the other 10 documents, et cetera, et cetera. So all this is a long-winded way of reminding you that if you find any errors in my schedules or syllabus or what's due when or anything like that, I will give you one. If you bring the error to my attention by an email to my FIT email, I will give anyone who does that 1 point on their class participation grade up to a maximum of 10 points. So help me kind of proofread and clean this up. I'd appreciate it. Okay. So the company presentations, as I've been saying again and again and again, are due to be handed in by September 21st. I think the week of the 9th, that week is a week off. I'm not giving a live class that week, I think because of holidays. But I want that by the 21st. The discussion will be done by the 26th. All your feedback and everything else, but that's when I want it. And you remember, this is what we're looking for in terms of organization. I also want to remind you that I'm expecting to see video of human beings in this thing because we're working on presenting. It's not enough to just do a voiceover to a PowerPoint like I'm doing. I want to see you guys present. Okay. I think enough said on that. And then down the road, please stay on top of new headlines with any one of those companies you're responsible for. So our agenda today is we're going to talk about databases, Enlist and CRM. Databases are, of course, the heart of direct marketing. You can't do direct marketing without a database. You can't do internet marketing without a database. So, as usual, I want to remind everybody about this. And, of course, about this. And isn't that a cute picture, everybody? So there are lots of ways to express the purpose of database marketing. The purpose of database marketing is customer satisfaction, long-term customer satisfaction. The purpose of database marketing is to create a bond of loyalty between you and your customer that will last a lifetime. Just like that little puppy with that whoever owns him or her. Goal of database marketing is genuine customer satisfaction. The textbook I use in the database class is also a very good textbook, Strategic Database Marketing. And the author there, Arthur Middleton Hughes, talks a lot about sort of the old days, the old corner grocer, which none of you will have experienced, but maybe you do somewhere in your growing up. You're aware of some kind of neighborhood store that kind of everyone in the neighborhood goes to, whatever kind of store that may be. And maybe it's a diner or a restaurant. I don't know. But it's a place where, as I think people used to say about the sitcom Cheers, which is probably something else none of you ever saw. It's a place where everybody knows you. Okay, so here at the Old Corner Grocer, this gentleman who runs the store knows little Freddie here and his whole family, his mother, his father, his sister, June, et cetera, and he knows what they buy every week. He knows what kind of cuts of meat they like. He knows what kind of candy Freddie's not supposed to have. And so the point is that he knows his customers. And that's just what they buy. He knows about their lives. He knows who's expecting another baby. He knows maybe who got divorced. He knows who's moving. There's people come into his shop and they talk. And he talks to them and he's friendly. And so in a cynical, I'm afraid to say, kind of way, what we're trying to do with database marketing is amplify that so that, the Old Corner Grocer has a list of customers. He maybe has 100 customers. Okay, but Amazon has a few more customers than that. So what they're trying to do with all of their amazing technology is basically what the Corner Grocer did. Know as much as possible about each customer, tailor offerings for the customer, take care of the customer, build a relationship with the customer. Trust is an important word here. And they know you. Okay, so I always like to look at definitions of things. You'll find I ask for definitions a lot on my exams. So, and it doesn't have to be word for word. I don't care about that because I'm an expressive. I care about you getting the concept right. So this is one way to define a database, a list of customer names to which a marketer has added additional information in a systematic fashion. Systematic means it's got some rationale to it. It has a purpose. The kind of information added has a purpose. Here are some other definitions. Collection of pieces of information that is organized and used on a computer. So obviously a database isn't just a customer database. There are databases for lots of things. Amazon has a product database, for instance. So it's a collection of information that's organized so it can be easily accessed, managed, and updated. Okay, so there we go with another definition. And here's another one. This actually is a page from a textbook I used to use for this course, which all my students didn't like, and I ended up not liking either, which is why I switched this year to the textbook that you guys are using, which is a good one. But this page is valid, that the database is the heart of all direct and interactive marketing, and it's the key to developing strong customer relationships and retaining customers. And now we're going to stop for a minute, and you're going to go to a Wikipedia definition of databases, I think. I'm going to look